This is the camera comparison video of two of the latest mid-range phones from Google and Samsung, Pixel 8a and Samsung Galaxy A55. Who will win? Let the battle begin. This is the first comparison video of Pixel 8a in our channel, and we will do more videos of this phone, comparing it with the current and older Pixel phones, iPhones, and Galaxy phones. Today is a sunny weather in Canada and we're comparing everything from the sky, grass, and random colorful things. We will do both indoors and outdoors. We're also utilizing all three sensors of Galaxy A55 and the dual camera system of Pixel 8a. Let's start with color profile and saturation, and beginning with the new Pixel 8a. I like the more natural looking tone of the new Pixel, and all throughout this comparison, it has a better dynamic range than Galaxy A55. Sometimes it crushes the shadows and you would normally see this on the trees, but if you look on the darker areas or even fabrics, you will see that Pixel 8a will produce more detailed images and brighter than Galaxy A55. It has a warmer white balance, especially the ultra-wide lens, and I noticed that it has a better contrast than sometimes overexposed Samsung mid-range. And surprisingly, the new Pixel also has a faster shutter speed than Galaxy A55. I've taken some moving lights and the Pixel 8a will capture the image faster, probably a good half-second difference. While the name of the game for Galaxy A55 is, it should be brighter than everyone else, including the new Pixel, you will see that the image on A55 are well exposed compared to the new Pixel mid-range. The colors are more vivid, especially green, orange, brown, and blue. The sky on most of the shots are bluer compared to Pixel 8a, but sometimes the new Pixel will also throw the same looking sky as Galaxy A55. I noticed that on some of the teddy bear shots, you will see that Galaxy A55 tends to blend the colors on the darker areas, especially the panda and the monkey. It's all brown and all black on Galaxy A55, while Pixel 8a provides more details on the fabrics. In most situations, the white balance is cooler on Galaxy phone, and the main sensor has wider field of view than Pixel 8a. I always adjust the Pixel to match the new Galaxy phone, and also if you look on the reach of Galaxy A55, it has a farther reach compared to the new Pixel. Quickly diving into the hardware, the rear of Pixel 8a has a dual camera system of ultra-wide and the main sensor, and checking some of the online specifications like the GSM Arena, I feel like the new Pixel phone has the same hardware as the previous Pixel 7a, while Galaxy A55 has triple camera setup of ultra-wide, main, and macro. Both phones can shoot 4K on either the rear camera or the selfie. Going back to the comparison test, I think you would love any of these two phones, but I feel like because of the quality of the images they produce, you will prefer one over the other. If you want to see a balanced photo, then go with Pixel 8a, while if you want a brighter and more colorful one, then Galaxy A55 is the perfect choice. And looking at all sensors from the ultra-wide, main sensor, and crop, colors are consistent. This is Google Pixel 8a in 4K 30 FPS using the selfie camera. I think you would consider this phone a small phone. It's in a small phone category, and I also like the edge of this phone. It's rounded. I will buy this phone because of the processor. It's using the same Tensor chip Gen 3 that Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro is using. Let's talk about portrait mode, and both phones are really good, but I feel like I like one over the other just because of how it looks. Pixel 8a has more details on my skin. In my face, you would see the imperfection, the beard, and even the pores. I should say that the cutout is improving on Pixel 8a. If you don't look on the image on the bigger screen, you wouldn't notice those miscut out on the hair and the shoulders. But I like that it has a better contrast and less flaring compared to Samsung mid-range, and I feel like the zoom-in shots on Pixel 8a matches the portrait mode compared to the wider Galaxy A55. The new Samsung mid-range has wider focal length, so you can easily zoom in with your feet, but again, sometimes it's too tight when you're shooting 50mm because you really need to be close with the subject, which is sometimes intrusive, but I love the cutout on Galaxy A55 and it has smooth skin effect by default. I think overall, because of the contrast and gradual blur, I like the portraits on Google Pixel 8a more because it's clear, more defined, and the field of view focuses on the subject more and not the background. And if you look quickly on the selfie, you would see the same tendencies. Pixel 8a has better contrast and clarity compared to Galaxy A55. Talking about night shots, I think both phones are really good. Not the top of the line flagship caliber, but it's pretty darn good for a mid-range phone. I think these two phones will even compete with some of the flagship phones we have today and even the older ones. I like the sky more on Pixel 8a on night shot because it has better contrast and color compared to Samsung Galaxy A55. It also has better clarity and less noise compared to the Samsung mid-range. But the biggest difference here is the pitch black condition. You will see that Pixel 8a, maybe because of the sensor, you will see that the images are noisier and has this purple tint, while you can still see more information on Galaxy A55 and less noisier than Pixel 8a. This is Samsung Galaxy A55 in 4K 30 FPS using the selfie camera. What I like about this phone is the screen, it's bigger and has thinner bezels than Pixel 8a. Also, if you like to take close-up shots, then this phone has macro capability. This is a perfect vlogging feature of Samsung Galaxy A55, the dual video recording. There's no mode like this on the new Google Pixel 8a. Checking who manages the flaring better both daytime and nighttime, both phones are doing it really well. Same as the highlights, if you zoom in on the window, you would see more information on both Galaxy A55 and Pixel 8a. But the biggest difference of these two phones is the extra sensor on Galaxy A55. You can shoot macro and close-up shots on the new Samsung mid-range. In terms of sharpness, both of these phones have tack-sharp photos from the ultra-wide and the main sensor. And if you zoom into the farthest reach, A55 can do 10 times versus the 8 times of Pixel 8a, and Samsung is a little bit sharper on the digital crop. And lastly, details. Google Pixel 8a cannot shoot on a 64 megapixel. This is more like a point-and-shoot camera phone, but Galaxy A55 can shoot on a raw 50 megapixel, so you have more megapixel to crop if you need to. So I think that's it for the image test. Both phones are really good, natural looking on Pixel 8a and more saturated on Galaxy A55. Now let's do the video test from the stabilization, low light, and slow motion. This is the video zoom test and Galaxy A55 has a 4D reach, but in terms of clarity, Pixel 8a doesn't sacrifice it. This is the stabilization test, and starting with the walking test, we're using the ultra-wide lens in 4K 30 FPS. And this is the main sensor, and you would see that Pixel 8a has smoother transition than Galaxy A55. And this is the 2 times digital crop. I think in terms of stabilization, both phones are really good in walking condition. This is the stabilization test while running. This is the ultra-wide lens again in 4K 30 FPS. I think both phones are doing a really good job on this, just like the colors on the grass on Pixel 8a. And this is the stabilization test using the main sensor, and I think the Galaxy A55 is doing a better job on this. It's a little bit shaky on Pixel 8a. This is the selfie video recording in 4K 30 FPS, and one thing I noticed is Pixel 8a illuminates the face better than Galaxy A55. It also manages the flaring better compared to the Samsung competition. This is the slow motion test, and Samsung Galaxy A55 is slower, and it also has more details than Pixel 8a. And this is the super slow motion test. Again, same tendency, Galaxy A55 is slower. And lastly, a couple of low light videos, and you can see that Galaxy A55 exposes the scene better. It also has less noise compared to Pixel 8a. I think overall Galaxy A55 brings more to the table, especially the macro sensor, the super slow motion, and dual video recording. But I think in terms of general image and video quality, I like the colors of Pixel 8a more than Galaxy A55. Better contrast, less flaring, and natural looking.